In this video, I visit a tiny picture palace and take on another secret portrait challenge. Hello, I'm Gavin Hoey and you're watching Adorama TV, brought to you by Adorama, the camera store that's got everything for us photographers. And today we're off to do another secret portrait challenge, which means Sam has organised everything for this shoot. She's organised the model, the styling and the location. The only thing I know is it's quite a drive from here and we're going to a car park near Chichester.
That's right.
Okay, off we go. Well, so here I am. We're at the location that Sam's booked. It is the Roundhill Picture Palace. Let's go inside and see what's in there. So it's no bigger on the inside, which of course isn't really surprising, is it? But it is absolutely beautiful in here. This is a fantastic place. I love this sort of vintage cinema feel. Now, whenever I go to a brand new location, the first thing I always do is do a quick location scout, look for the best places to shoot. That's it. Location scouting done. It's absolutely tiny in here. This is going to be a real challenge, but I guess that's the whole idea. So let's get a model in, let's get some light set, let's get shooting. So Sam's organised everything, including the model, and is brilliant because I've got Fern with me today. So this is great, and we've got this whole vintage thing going on, so I kind of get the idea of where we're going. So first thing I need to do is set some lights up, and I bought a whole bunch of different lights because I don't know what I'm going to do. I didn't know where I was going to be. So I think let's just start with a simple softbox with a grid and just sort of picking Fern out and try and get some of this ambient light in and then sort of build it up from there. My first shot is going to be without flash, just to see how I can control the ambient light. I'm actually not looking to get rid of the entire ambient light. I'm trying to leave maybe a little bit of light in. That looks pretty good. So we've got some light on the ceiling, but Fern, I can see her, but she's in fairly dark situation there. So that's where I can use the flash to pick Fern out. So let's try that. Okay, Fern, here we go. Let's see what we get. Quick little test shot first of all. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad actually. Well, I reckon we can build on that. So let's try a few different shots like that. Let's try that. No, that doesn't work. If we can just take the front row of seats out. Okay, so part of the problem of being limited in space is I could end up just shooting in one spot for the entire session. So I'm going to try and move around slightly, but there isn't that many places to go. But I guess that's all part of the challenge. I'm thinking maybe we should put a light behind you as well. Okay, so just a little separation on Fern's shoulders, just to put a little bit of rim lighting in here. Ideally, I'd put two in, but I don't think I can get a second light in here. Ow, so small. I thought my studio was small, this is crazy. Second light in here and get even lighting and not have it in the picture. So I think just through the limitations of space, I'm going to put one light here. Yeah, let's try that. So that's on group B, so I can control that independently. And I'm going to put it as low as it goes. Lowest of the low powers. I'll try and not frame it in my shot. Wow, even on the lowest power, that's incredibly bright. Ah, damn. Okay, so problems. That didn't work, so it's time to experiment a little bit. Let's try maybe, well, I can't make it any lower, I can't put it any further away. I could turn this off, actually. Let's just try turning the main light off, just experiment, see what happens if we turn A off, the key light off, and just have a backlight. Let's try that. Okay, so this is going to be interesting because it's going to give us a very sort of more cinematic look. So that's interesting because that now starts to look a little bit more like we've got a kind of an actual cinema behind you, an actual projector behind you projecting in, which is kind of nice. I like that. What would make this better is some smoke. That would definitely make it better. So one of the things that Sam made me bring for the secret shoot was my smoke machine, and she's checked with the owners. We got permission to use theatrical smoke in here, so we've loaded this up with a little bit of light smoke fluid, and I'm hoping this is just going to add a little bit of extra depth and dimension to this shot. I've got it in my little CHAUVET fog machine, and that's great because it can be really precisely controlled, the amount of smoke that I do, whether I can have a tiny little bit or I can fill the room with one stroke. So I want to build the effect up. I need to backlight smoke. Whenever you have smoke in your shot, you have to backlight it, so this little light is going to stay in place, and again that's going to feel like the projector beaming forwards. So I'll just put a little bit of layer of smoke in here, nothing too much because once it's in here it's not going anywhere. So I reckon that's pretty good. And because we got some smoke thing going on, we got Fern with the fake cigarette. Marvellous. Let's try that. Okay, so multiple lights going on. So let's break this down one light at a time. Start with the background in this case, because that is the brightest light. Okay, so that still looks really bright. So I'm going to add a grid to this just to try and make this a little less bright. That's it. And that should take the power down a little bit and give me a touch more control over the light as well. Let's try that. And just the background on its own looks kind of dramatic. Okay, that looks pretty good. So with that set, now I can add in my key light, the one that's actually going to light Fern. And again, I'm going to do this by eye. I've got the light stand in the shot again. I could scream, I really could. We are short of time, but I have even less time to Photoshop it later. Yeah, so this feels great. This has the feeling of a very old school cinema. So Fern's being lit by the fake screen. Imagine there's an actual cinema here with a cinema screen. That's kind of the effect I want, that sort of light coming in from the front, but also light coming in from behind. Whether this is the right light, I'm not sure, because now it's quite flat. Let's see if I can move the light around slightly. Now we're getting there. This is great, Fern, love it. So I'm trying different angles. I kind of like this. I like this. We have this sort of little projected look going back here. I'd rather not see that in the shot, so I might need to Photoshop out the actual start point, because if I back up, even if I just frame it out of shot, actually it's not too bad. If I frame it just out of shot, that looks pretty good. But now effectively I've got on-camera light. Again, it's really, really flat lighting. So if I'm moved, I need to move this light around the other side to keep that sort of more dramatic edge lighting that's working so well. Okay. And the difference between straight lighting and edge lighting, quite significant. So there you go, my time here at the Picture Palace is done. So I think we got some great shots there, and it's been a real challenge just throwing me in at the deep end, but that's the whole point of these secret portrait challenges. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave me a comment below, and if you want to watch more videos from myself and the other amazing presenters right here on Adorama TV, you've got to click on that subscribe button and click the bell icon. I'm Gavin Hoey, thanks for watching.